This is Nightline and I'm Liyana Hassanel. The top stories. Decision not to proceed with action against Tun Dr. Mahathir does not override Attorney General's decision. And PM thanks security personnel, reaffirms democratic commitment. Good morning. Prime Minister Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim has expressed his deep appreciation to all security personnel, as well as firefighters, medical personnel and volunteers who ensured public safety and the smooth running of the rally organised by the opposition in the capital on Saturday. In a social media post, he also reaffirmed his unwavering commitment to democratic principles, particularly the freedom of speech and the right to express dissent. According to Anwar, he remains consistent in upholding the principle that criticism and differing views should not be viewed through a lens of hostility. Instead, they must be allowed to flourish as the lifeblood of a mature, progressive and sovereign nation. He added that what matters is that such expressions are made peacefully, respectfully and in the spirit of patriotism. Anwar also thanked those who participated in the gathering, regardless of their purpose, whether to voice opinions, show solidarity, or simply observe. He also urged rally participants to press their respective member of parliament to attend and actively engage during parliamentary sessions, particularly the Prime Minister's question time. Anwar also called on participants to use dialogue and constructive discourse as a means of resolving current issues. Meanwhile, Inspector General of Police Datuk Seri Muhammad Khalid Ismail confirmed that the rally, which drew an estimated 18,000 participants, concluded without incident. No arrests were also made, a sign of the protest's peaceful nature and the police's professional handling of the gathering. In a statement, Muhammad Khalid said that police deployed 3,000 personnel from the Kuala Lumpur Police Contingent and Federal Police to monitor security, manage traffic and facilitate the rally without disrupting public order. He added that all enforcement efforts were carried out professionally and ethically, reflecting the police's commitment to a balanced approach in safeguarding both security and democratic freedoms. He also reaffirmed the police's commitment to upholding the rule of law while ensuring the rights and safety of all Malaysians remain protected. Earlier, the opposition-led rally, which sought to pressure the Prime Minister to resign, saw participants gathering at several key locations in the city centre as early as 10:30 a.m., before marching and converging at Dataran Merdeka by 2 p.m. Speeches were then delivered by several political leaders and non-governmental organisation representatives. Although the organisers had aimed for a turnout of between 300,000 and 1 million supporters, actual attendance was significantly lower. A number of rally-goers were also seen bringing along underage children, despite warnings issued by the authorities. About 3,000 police personnel were present, acting as facilitators and ensuring public safety and order throughout the protest. The rally participants later dispersed at around 5:45 p.m. Speaking to the media after the rally concluded, Acting Kuala Lumpur Police Chief Datuk Muhammad Yusof Jan said police would scrutinize the speeches delivered by opposition leaders during the assembly. He also stressed that action would be taken if any speeches touched on sensitive issues relating to race, religion or royalty, also referred to as the 3 Rs.
Setakat ni tak ada laporan polis dibuat dan tak ada sebarang masalah. So syukur, kita terima kasih kepada semua. Semuanya berjalan dengan lancar. Walaupun ada 1-2 perkara mungkin tidak dipersetujui di peringkat awal, tapi dia datang kemudian tapi dapat kita selesaikan.
Home Minister Datuk Seri Saifuddin Nasution Ismail has criticised the opposition for resorting to street demonstrations instead of using democratic channels, such as tabling a vote of no confidence in Parliament to pressure the Prime Minister to step down.
Parlimen dah sidang dah 5 hari, sunyi sepi. Jadi itu adalah kalau pembangkang faham proses demokrasi, nak guna jalur demokrasi, menjatuhkan itu ke sebuah karya adalah di dalam parlimen. Kenapa itu tidak dibuat? hakikatnya bahawa pembangkang tidak ada sokongan sama sekali, melainkan segmen mereka sahaja. Jadi cara mereka adalah bawa di luar parlimen. Bawa di luar parlimen dan mereka fikir kerajaan Madani akan buat sekatan.
Anwar previously stated that the government would not block any motion of confidence in Parliament, adding that he had already instructed the Dewan Rakyat Speaker to give priority to the motion if it were tabled. Meanwhile, Himpunan Gerakan Islam Malaysia, HIKAM, an alliance of 4 leading Islamic civil society organizations, reaffirmed its stance in rejecting any attempt to topple the government through unlawful means. In a joint statement, the group expressed concern over efforts to undermine the country's political stability, warning that such actions could damage the economy and worsen the hardship faced by the people. The coalition, which includes ABIM, Wadah, Ikram and Haluan, also urged the opposition to play its check and balance role in a respectful manner and through legitimate legal channels. On Friday, 6 leading civil society organizations, including Bersih, also distanced themselves from Saturday's opposition-led rally and criticized any attempt to change the government midterm through backdoor means. In another development, Anwar pointed out that the government's decision not to take action against former Prime Minister Tun Dr. Mahathir Mohamad over the Batu Putih sovereignty issue does not override the authority of the Attorney General. The Prime Minister stressed that the decision was made collectively by the Cabinet.
Jadi saya tidak melangkau keputusan Peguam Negara. Keputusan Kabinet saya telah melihat sebenarnya. Walaupun kesalahan itu, kesalahan pengkhianatan itu besar, tapi melihat kepada suasana dan keadaan Tun, kita mengusulkan tak perlu dibawa ke tengah. Maknanya dia tahan sekat itu. Jadi keputusan mendakwa itu tak sampai itu kerana siasatan tidak dilakukan.
Anwar said this in response to a motion submitted by the opposition to refer him to the Parliamentary Special Select Committee on Privileges over a statement he made in the Dewan Rakyat regarding the Batu Putih issue, which allegedly misled the House. He also reiterated that despite the recommendations made by the Royal Commission of Inquiry, RCI, into Batu Putih, Middle Rocks and South Ledge for criminal investigation to be taken against Dr. Mahathir, the Cabinet viewed the case as a lesson. Now, the Prime Minister also assured that Malaysia will continue its efforts to persuade the governments of Thailand and Cambodia to initiate a peace process following the border conflict between the two countries.
Kedua-dua Perdana Menteri Thailand dan Perdana Menteri Cambodia buat kenyataan dan menghubungi saya, mengucapkan terima kasih atas ikhtiar itu. Walaupun setelah bersetuju, nampak masih di perbatasan ada tembak-menembak lagi. Dan kalau boleh, saya akan terus hubungi mereka. Sekurang-kurangnya hentikan dulu tembak-menembak ini dan teruskan dengan rundingan.
Anwar added that he had directed Foreign Minister Datuk Seri Muhammad Hassan to engage with his Thai and Cambodian counterparts to facilitate a resolution to the border dispute and ease tensions. He said this to reporters after attending the 50th Prime Minister's Cup debate finals in Putrajaya on Saturday. Elsewhere in Terengganu, Mohamad stated that Malaysia has proposed for Thailand and Cambodia to utilize the General Border Committee to resolve diplomatic tensions between the two nations. The Foreign Minister said that the committee should be given room to negotiate before any solution is brought to the attention of both countries' leaders.
Kerana masing-masing tak mahu dia dulu, dia buat serentak. Itu cadangan saya dan saya akan terus bagikan cadangan tersebut supaya masing-masing dapat, orang kata, to save their face, kan? Kerana ini berkenaan dengan negara, masing-masing mempunyai kekuatan masing-masing dan mereka tidak mahu mengalah.
Speaking to the media after officiating the Besut UMNO meeting in Jirteh, Mohamad assured that he will continue to engage with his counterparts in both countries to urge an immediate ceasefire. Wisma Putra also issued an advisory on Saturday for Malaysians to avoid travelling to or approaching the conflict-affected areas in the two countries. Now, the ongoing border clashes between Thailand and Cambodia are likely to escalate in the coming days. According to geostrategist Azmi Hassan, the situation without timely intervention may risk further escalation.
I think that's what Malaysia is trying to propose because we have been very frustrated because of the slow going of the committee to resolve this particular issue. The most important thing is that the clashes must be stopped now because the civilians are suffering.
Commenting on the proposal by Malaysia as ASEAN chair for General Border Committee to help address the conflict, Azmi believes the move reflects a growing sense of urgency and hope for constructive dialogue between Thailand and Cambodia. He added that prolonged fighting will only hurt both nations, especially given their strong cross-border trade.
Well, no doubt that it's going to get worse, not only because of the heavy military assets that they use, but the number of casualties is quite high for this type of clashes. But again, it's been reported that the clashes is not confined to the border of Thailand and Cambodia, but has been extended to the coastal area of Thailand.
As of July 12th, a total of 229,000 applications have been received for enrollment in technical and vocational education and training (TVET) programs. Deputy Prime Minister Datuk Sri Ahmad Zahid Hamidi said this was a significant number driven by growing awareness among parents and students of TVET's potential to offer attractive salaries. According to Zahid, applications to enroll in TVET programs have risen sharply from 25,000 to 229,000 over the past 2 years.
Mereka dapati bahawa gaji premium yang ditawarkan bagi pelajar-pelajar lepasan TVET ini cukup baik. Ia tidak tertakluk kepada gaji minimum 1,700 yang ditentukan oleh pihak kerajaan. Sebaliknya, tergantung pada kemahiran yang diperoleh. Malah ada kursus umpamanya kimpalan yang menawarkan gaji permulaan 7,500.
He said this to reporters after officiating the Kangar UMNO Division Delegates meeting in Perlis on Saturday. Zahid, who is also National TVET Council Chairman, added that there is strong demand for skilled labour, particularly from foreign direct investment companies operating in the country. Currently, there are a total of 1,398 TVET institutions across Malaysia. The Unity Government's Sejahtera Madani initiative is not only aimed at empowering the people, but also at supporting local businesses. Treasury Secretary-General Datuk Johan Mahmud Merakin said the government had taken into account the interest of micro, small and medium enterprises, MSMEs, in the reformed sales and service tax.
The service tax on, say, rentals, we wanted to ensure that those who are MSMEs are exempted from having to pay service tax on their rentals. We also ensure that there is also a higher bar, going up to $1 million to ensure that, again, we don't unduly burden businesses with also the compliance of service tax. So after all, they're not really the main target.
Johan said this when appearing as a guest on TV3's flagship business and financial talk show, Money Matters, which was aired on Saturday. He added that shifting from blanket subsidies to targeted aid will help ease living costs for the B40 and M40 groups by reducing leakages and ensuring assistance reaches to those who truly need it. The Health Ministry MOH will fast-track the hiring of 4,352 positions in the healthcare sector without going through the conventional process. According to Health Minister Datuk Sri Dr. Zulkifli Ahmad, the matter was presented at the Cabinet meeting on Friday in response to the sector's urgent manpower needs. At the same time, Zulkifli urged all healthcare practitioners to register and obtain their annual practicing certificate before 31st December next year. He said this is to ensure that the allied health ecosystem remains recognized, regulated, and of high quality. Another bullying case at MRSM. This and more after this breather.
Peningnya kecil ke besar, besar ke kecil? Mestilah I nak yang besar. Persoalannya, saiz apa yang puas? Mestilah saiz 65 inci. Lagi besar, lagi layan.
Juara!
Wow! Lagi layan tengok tonton dekat smart TV besar. RM99 je.
Lagi besar skrin, lagi puas stream. Layan tonton di smart TV, repeat sampai pagi.
Cat Fashion Week. Miau menyala, gaya membara. Temui 8 finalis Cat Fashion Week. Eksklusif di Nona setiap Ahad 2 petang.
Bersiaran di TV3 dan stream juga melalui Tonton.
Hai semua, saya Ana Jobling sebagai watak Delina Rizwani di drama Setia Itu Mahal. Okay, so Delina ni dia seorang yang sangat setia, dia sayang sangat dengan suami dia Hakim, dengan anak dia Alia. Dia prioritize dia punya family nombor satu, tapi dalam masa yang sama dia akan melalui satu konflik yang dia tak boleh elak. So dia ada inner struggle, inner battle yang dia kena cuba proses. Dalam masa yang sama kena cuba prioritize family dia juga.
Diam boleh tak? Awak tahu tak saya ni tengah stres? Tengah ada banyak masalah. Tak boleh tak jangan semakkan kepala otak saya dengan ceramah awak tu.
So, kalau you guys nak tahu apa konflik itu, jangan lupa saksikan Setia Itu Mahal hanya di TV3.
Setia Itu Mahal, mulai 28 Julai, Isnin hingga Jumaat 7 malam. Terbaru di Akasia TV3.
Welcome back. 6 Form 5 students from Amara Junior Science College, MRSM, in Malacca have been expelled immediately following a bullying incident last Friday. MARA Chairman Dato Ashraf Wajdi Dusuki confirmed the decision after a disciplinary board investigation found that the abuse did indeed take place.
Tidak ada kompromi. You touch, you go. Yang tu adalah apa yang kita pertahankan dan kita nak memberi mesej kepada pelajar-pelajar lain bahawa kita tidak akan berkompromi dengan sesiapa saja. Jangan ada pun yang merayu, kerana rayuan itu semuanya tidak akan dipedulikan.
In a related move, Ashraf announced that 6 former armed forces personnel, including 3 women, will be appointed as boarding wardens at MRSM Besut, Terengganu, and MRSM Balik Pulau, Pulau Pinang. They are expected to report for duty starting August 1st for a 6-month trial period. If found effective, the initiative will be expanded to all 57 MRSM campuses nationwide. In Sarawak, at least 12 workers sustained burns to their bodies and arms after a fire broke out at a wood factory in Bintulu on Friday night. The victims were injured after being engulfed by flames while attempting to extinguish a boiler fire. All victims received initial treatment from medical personnel at the scene before being taken to Bintulu Hospital for further treatment. Meanwhile, a video of the incident that has gone viral on social media showed a powerful explosion at the site. It was reported that fire and rescue teams from Bintulu and Kidurong stations were immediately deployed after receiving an emergency call at 7:30 p.m. Upon arrival, firefighters found that the fire destroyed a large pile of processed wood and 2 boiler units. It also partially spread to the factory building, damaging about 10% of its structure before it was brought under control. The cause of the fire is still under investigation. 2 enforcement officers at the Sultan Iskandar Building Customs, Immigration and Quarantine BSIC-IQ complex in Johor Bahru have been detained for suspected involvement in the flying passport syndicate. Both suspects, aged 49 and 31, have been handed over to the Johor Malaysian Anti-Corruption Commission, MACC, for further action. The Malaysian Border Control and Enforcement Agency, AKPS, first detected suspicious visitor data entries at 7:30 p.m. on Friday at the vehicle zone counter, leading to the first arrest. Another suspicious entry was then detected at the motorcycle zone, where another suspect was arrested at 9 p.m. Investigations revealed that the individuals involved had entered data linked to problematic foreign visitors, previously flagged for scrutiny. Checks then led to the discovery of 11 passports belonging to Chinese nationals and 3 Indonesian passports hidden inside a black bag above the ceiling of a different counter. According to AKPS, investigation against the 2 suspects remains ongoing, including whether or not there is a syndicate involved. Aaron Wuyik blazed through final. The details when Nightline returns.
Dari ratusan bakat dan puluhan idea luar biasa, hanya yang terbaik berjaya menambat hati juri. Tahniah kepada semua pemenang, pencarian pelakon drama sangat dan pitch story anda ke TV3. Inilah wajah-wajah dan karya yang bakal menggegarkan industri drama tanah air. Terima kasih atas sokongan anda semua. TV3 sentiasa bersamamu 41 tahun penuh drama.
Setiap warisan merekodkan cara kehidupan orang Melayu. Dekat situ, dia dah merekodkan bahawa orang Melayu tu ikut sunnah Nabi.
5 songket pada zaman dahulu sangat terkenal, khususnya pada golongan istana dan juga golongan-golongan bangsawan. Biasanya perempuan menggunakan 3 helai kain, iaitu kain sarung, kain kemban dan kain selendang. Rambut sampai ke bahu lah kena tutup.
Setia itu mahal. Mulai 28 Julai, Isnin hingga Jumaat 7 malam. Terbaru di Akasia TV3.
On to the foreign front. At least 32 people have been killed in escalating border clashes between Cambodia and Thailand. Cambodia's National Defense Ministry confirmed 12 additional deaths on Saturday, comprising 7 civilians and 5 soldiers. Meanwhile, the death toll in Thailand rose to 20, including 14 civilians and 6 military personnel. Additionally, over 130 individuals were injured, with casualties reported on both sides. The death toll across the 2 countries is now higher than the 28 killed in the last major round of fighting between 2008 and 2011. The Thai Navy reported clashes early Saturday in the coastal province of Trat, opening a new front over 100 kilometers from other conflict zones along the long disputed border. Now, Cambodia has called for an immediate ceasefire with Thailand amid the ongoing border clashes. Cambodia's ambassador to the United Nations, Chia Kyo, said his country asked for a truce unconditionally, adding that Phnom Penh also wanted a peaceful solution of the dispute. He made the call during an emergency UN Security Council meeting held behind closed doors on Friday in New York. However, Thailand's Foreign Minister, Maris Sangiampongsa, said that Cambodia needed to show genuine sincerity in ending the conflict for ceasefire talks to proceed. At least 25 people have been killed in Israeli attacks on Gaza since dawn on Saturday, including 13 aid seekers, as ceasefire talks appear to have stalled and Palestinians in Gaza face famine. Most victims were killed by gunfire while waiting for 8 trucks near the Zikim crossing with Israel. Among those killed in airstrikes were 4 people in a Gaza City apartment building. The strikes follow a breakdown in ceasefire talks between Israel and Hamas after the U.S. and Israel withdrew their negotiating teams on Thursday. Meanwhile, Al-Shifa Hospital reported that 5 more people in Gaza have died from famine and malnutrition in the past 24 hours. Earlier reports confirmed that at least 2 of the victims were infants, including a 7-day-old baby who died due to a lack of milk, as Israel continues to restrict most aid from entering Gaza. Sports now, badminton and the 2025 China Open. Malaysia's title hopes remain alive as top men's doubles pair Aaron Chia and So Woo Yik delivered a masterclass to storm into the final on Saturday. The Malaysians outclassed Asian Games champions Satwik Sairaj Ranki Reddy and Chirag Shetty of India, cruising to a dominant 21-13, 21-17 win in the semi-finals in Changzhou. The victory extended their head-to-head record over the Indian duo to 11-13. Aaron and Woo Yik will now chase their 4th career title when they face Indonesia's scratch pair Fajar Alfian and Shohibul Fikri in Sunday's final. Meanwhile, women's doubles pair Perlitan and Amtina fell short of the final, losing 14-21, 17-21 to China's Jia Yifan and Zhang Shuxian in just 38 minutes. The defeat ends their bid for a 3rd straight World Tour final after impressive runs in Indonesia and Japan. Still, Perlitina will hit a career-high world number 2 ranking on Tuesday. Moving on to Sepak Takraw, the 2025 Thai Kings Cup Championship. The national squad are through to the final of the Team Regu event after a dominant 2-0 win over India in Saturday's semi-final in Songkhla. Held at Hat Yai Hall, Central Hat Yai Shopping Centre, the first Regu of seasoned stars Muhammad Shahir Muhammad Rosdi, Farhan Adam and Muhammad Azlan Alias came out firing and secured the first point in straight sets, 15-10, 15-11. Riding that momentum, the second Regu featuring Muhammad Nur Aizat Muhammad Nordin, Muhammad Hazik Khairul Nizam and Nur Faizul Abdul Razak delivered an equally strong performance to close out the win 15-11, 15-8. The result fuels hopes of ending a 34-year title drought in the team event, as Malaysia gear up for a blockbuster final against hosts and arch rivals Thailand on Sunday. Turning to cycling, the 2025 Tour de France. Dutch rider Tijmen Arensman claimed his 2nd win after winning the shortened stage 19 on Friday, while Tadej Pogačar closed in on a 4th title. The 95-kilometer mountain stage from Albertville to La Plagne saw the Ineos Grenadiers rider go solo in the final kilometers, crossing the line just 2 seconds ahead of Jonas Vingegaard and defending champion Pogačar, who finished 2nd and 3rd respectively. 3-time winner Pogačar maintains his grip on the overall leader's yellow jersey, now holding a 4-minute 24-second advantage over Vingegaard with only 2 stages to go. Barring any major incidents, the Slovenian is widely expected to secure his 4th Tour de France title. Saturday's penultimate stage covers 184.2 kilometers from Nantua to Pontarlier, a rolling route across the Jura Hills that's likely to favor breakaway riders. Here's a burst of color and creativity as thousands of cosplayers and fans of anime, comics, and games pack the halls of the Anycom and Games Hong Kong Festival. With that, I'm Liyana Hassanel. Thank you for watching and enjoy the rest of your weekend.